Guys, I come to you today with feelings, and usually if I have feelings, you have feelings, and that means it's time for a Notsam Wrestling emergency podcast. And what's the emergency, you ask? The emergency is the destruction of one of the greatest prizes in modern-day wrestling, the CM Punk, AJ, and Larry friendship bracelet. The destruction of this bracelet that has led to such savagery, absolute savagery, as Drew McIntyre actually going on Twitter, finding the girl who legit gave CM Punk this bracelet at WrestleMania. And it really is a fan-given gift. It was not a prop created to further this storyline. Quote tweeting her when she referenced on her personal Twitter account that this bracelet that she had made that had led to so much in this story had been destroyed, and claiming that she had blood on her hands. This Drew McIntyre. So, of course, it almost, not almost, it's become memeable. I talked to Drew McIntyre about it during our Fanatics Fest interview that you can get on the Not Sam Wrestling YouTube page. The bracelet, much like the Ulafala, has become, in some people's eyes, more valuable than either the WWE Undisputed or the World Heavyweight Championship. While I can't necessarily agree with all that, what I can agree with is that the value of that bracelet gives you a hint of how much work has been put into this story. That we're all following that bracelet. Of course, the bracelet that was taken from CM Punk off of his wrist after CM Punk interfered in Drew McIntyre's, it was either Clash at the Castle or Money in the Bank. It was over the summer, and Drew McIntyre came to SmackDown, jumped CM Punk, took that bracelet. CM Punk attempted to get the bracelet back. He could not do it. And at SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre beat CM Punk. Drew McIntyre said he was done with CM Punk. CM Punk was not done with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre tried to confront Gunther and Randy Orton to say, hey, I got next when it comes to the World Heavyweight title. But before he could do that, CM Punk intervened with a belt, whipping Drew McIntyre and leading to the strap match that we got at Bash in Berlin. Now, the strap match comes about, and Drew McIntyre has the bracelet hidden in his nether regions, in his trunks. He pulls it out 3/4 of the way through the match, puts it on his wrist for good luck. CM Punk is able to get it back at the end of the match. CM Punk reclaims the bracelet, maybe more importantly than the fact that he won the strap match. Now, how did he win this strap match? He won the strap match, of course, by touching all 4 corner posts. And while some see this as a very decisive victory, I would say that one could argue that if he had to hit a GTS for every single corner post that he touched, which he did, a GTS did not have Drew McIntyre on the mat for 3 seconds at any point in time. Either way, the fact that CM Punk won a single match, and he did it by touching 4 corner posts, not by pinning or submitting Drew McIntyre. And then went on Raw on Monday night and called out the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther in a world where everything counts. Cited his original Return to Raw promo, which fans have questioned, when he said, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. He said he'll take the money however you want to give it to him, in cash, direct deposit, fan appreciation, but his preference would be in gold. And the gold that he wants is around the waist of Gunther. When Drew McIntyre issued the challenge, or acted as if he was going to issue the challenge for that title after one victory over CM Punk would have none of it. So when CM Punk comes out and does the exact same thing, after only one victory over Drew McIntyre, a victory in which he did not pin or submit Drew McIntyre, it couldn't have been that much of a shock that Drew was there to take out CM Punk immediately after the promo. And I told you this week on Not Sam Wrestling that this Drew Punk thing was not done by a long shot. The only question would be, will there be a Punk-Gunther match before the next Drew-Punk match, or will we go straight to the next Drew-Punk match? And I think we got that answer. That answer was the instinct that I had, that I believe Megan had as well on our Bash in Berlin post show. But, you know, it's one of those things where you start thinking and overthinking, you come up with a million different possibilities, but the most obvious one was right in front of our face the whole time. So Drew takes out CM Punk. And they did a great job of hiding him. The camera is shooting up at CM Punk as he's standing on the table. And again, Drew McIntyre is returning favors. He does to CM Punk what CM Punk did to him at WrestleMania. Trips him, so he falls down on the table. And that's when Drew goes to town on CM Punk. Wade Barrett tries to stop him, as he's done in the past. He did it after Clash at the Castle. Wade Barrett said he saw a different person in Drew McIntyre. He gets him in the ring. He beats him down. He beats him down. He beats him down. He takes the bracelet off of CM Punk. Now, I had said that my ideal third match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk got away from the bracelet, because you don't want to make it seem like this rivalry is based on a singular or linear issue, meaning once the bracelet's back, we've got no beef. Because the beef existed long before the bracelet and will exist long after the bracelet. So as Drew McIntyre is taking the bracelet back from CM Punk, I said, well, are we just playing keep away now? Are we just going back and forth? But these are thoughts. I didn't verbalize this because I was trying to let them cook, as we do here on Notsam Wrestling. And thank God that I did, because immediately after, he's holding that prize that he's just gotten back, the CM Punk family friendship bracelet. And he holds it and snaps it in half. And that's where it's like, whoa. It would be one thing if CM Punk said, I got the bracelet back and now we're done. It would be another thing if Drew came out and said, I don't care about the bracelet. I'm here to kick your face off. To destroy the bracelet, to demolish it, is something that I don't think any of us saw coming. There is no coming back. There will never be that bracelet in the WWE again, because it doesn't exist. Not only did Drew McIntyre snap it, which, by the way, the fact that it lasted from WrestleMania, WWE World WrestleMania, all the way until the September 2nd Labor Day edition of Monday Night Raw, and was used on show after show after show, is unbelievable. But Drew snaps it, shakes all the beads off. Some of them just fall in the ring, but whatever beads he had in his hand, he shoves down the throat of CM Punk, and then claymores him again as the beads go flying out of his mouth. And I've got to believe that some of them were swallowed. I've got to believe that some of those beads will be digested. Either way, the beads ain't coming back. The bracelet ain't coming back. This feud, instead of moving past the bracelet, has gone beyond the bracelet. The bracelet has been used as the launching pad into the next stratosphere of what this looks like. When you think about it, this rivalry from January until SummerSlam, really, their first match, that 7-month reign, that was Act 1. Act 2 has been SummerSlam until Bash in Berlin, which has been, now there's physicality. CM Punk is no longer injured, and now what we're seeing basically every week is these two putting hands on each other. Act 3 is what we just entered on Monday Night Raw. Act 3 is the post-bracelet Drew McIntyre and CM Punk feud. That bracelet would have ended up in a physical Hall of Fame if the WWE ever opened one. That bracelet would have gone straight to Ben Brown and been a part of the WWE archive forever. People would have gone to WWE World every year just to take a glimpse of that bracelet. But never again. Hopefully somebody scooped up whatever beads were left. They'll put them in a little baggie. Maybe they can display the beads. But I think it's clear that Drew and Punk are still on that collision course. And I think it's clear that Drew and Punk are going to end up in a match, I would imagine, at Hell in a Cell, unless they're going to continue this injury angle, because they took CM Punk out on a stretcher. They took a commercial break. They played highlights. They followed CM Punk as he was about to be loaded into the ambulance. You could see the blood on the mouth of CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre attacked him again. Now, this could open the door to Adam Pearce suspending Drew McIntyre. This could open the door to CM Punk having to take time off for an injury. I think that what needs to happen is one more match. Maybe it's a Hell in a Cell, whatever you want to do. It doesn't even have to be. We've never seen this match without a stipulation. We had a special referee match. We had a strap match. Excuse me. I say maybe just a regular match, but probably not. There's too much going on here. Hell in a Cell might be the way to go. Either way, whatever you do with this match, I say the stipulation, not the rules, but the stipulation is loser leaves Raw. That's the way to do this to me. There's no way, regardless of who wins, that one person will go, you know what? You won 2 out of the 3, so you are the better man. That will never happen. I think that Adam Pearce needs to make something declarative that says, I realize that these two can't be on the same roster. So we're going to do Drew McIntyre and CM Punk in one more match. Only this time, loser leaves Raw. And that way we can have the match, have the victor win, be it CM Punk, be it Drew McIntyre, and then move on from this story with the loser just going to the different brand. The loser goes over to SmackDown. And that way SmackDown gains either Drew McIntyre or CM Punk. There are plenty of superstars on SmackDown for Drew McIntyre to have stories with. There are plenty of superstars for CM Punk to have stories with. And a great world champion. Keep in mind, both of these world champions have 2 great opponents right there. I think that's the only way that you get past this and put CM Punk and Drew McIntyre both in positions to move on after whoever wins this third match. I'm sad to see the bracelet go. I will always remember the era in which that bracelet carried far more weight than any piece of jewelry ever really would have been thought to. However, the remains of that bracelet catapult us into this Act 3 of what has been, to me, the most interesting long-term rivalry of the entire year. And that's saying a lot because, we're slow cooking in WWE right now. There's a lot of long-term rivalries. And this one did it. The rivalry of the year as it stands. And there's only one direction to go in. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys being here with your feelings for the Emergency Podcast. We'll talk again soon.